Okay, so our first look at the man from Moldova, Alexander Spak.
Well, that's very solid. Nice and efficient movement. No problems there.
Make it look easy when they get everything right, don't they?
It's the whole idea of this game is to get that bar overhead with minimal ease. Sorry, with ease, without messing around. Nice, smooth and efficient. See where the bar catches them, somewhere between mid-thigh and the hips.
Okay, Abdul Baki's asked for the bar to be moved to 152.
Solid, but oh no, he's gone.
Oh.
Wow, it looked good standing up, just lost control, ran out of room to stay on the platform.
If you're wondering, there is a guard to stop a barrier to stop the bar running all the way into the centre judge. So a miss at 152, it looked okay.
Yeah, just stepping forwards, body very unstable as he started to walk.
So he's been successful with 147. He's missed with 152. This is third and final attempt.
That's better. Well, this time the bar was overhead, not out in front, had no trouble standing.
So he'll finish with 152 for the snatch. He'll be a little frustrated that there's a wasted lift in that.
Very few lifters that will walk away from a competition on this scale and be happy. Why? Because we always want 6 out of 6. We always want push the boundaries, and that's, I guess, the addiction of this sport.
Cho Jong-wee, North Korea, 153 in the bar.
It's there. He just casually walks off, no problems, thank you very much.
Yeah, it must have been easy.
Just see the arms and the shoulders are not very big. All the muscle is in the glutes, quads, back. They'll have a nice couple of lumps of steak around the erector spinae muscles.
I reckon there'll be a few blokes watching you debating whether his arms and shoulders are really not very big, but I know you're saying comparatively, it's all the legs, that's right.
If you compare them to the size of his legs will be like tree trunks, as most of these guys will be.
Alexander Spak, Moldova with his second attempt. He was successful at 150. The bar is now at 155. No mucking around there. No. Very clean lift.
Put it this way, these guys don't waste time and energy in the gym doing guns and beach weights. They're in there for proper exercises, proper lifting, get the legs big and strong.
So they're not just lifting weights to look good on the beach.
No, they're lifting weights. But then saying that, there's some good glutes on these guys too. Really solid overhead. Just waiting for that down signal.
Mohamed Mahmoud.
Well, I'm guessing his warm-up has gone pretty well. Originally posted 155, he's increased it to 160. Step backwards, step forwards, but he was under control.
Good lift.
Throws the head and shoulders back. Puts a big swing on the bar, manages to hold it overhead.
Ramov of Kazakhstan, our first look at him. That brings some applause, and deservedly so.
Well, when I talk about a lift being dynamic, that's what I'm trying to explain.
What are you hoping is in the mind of the lifters that you train in that split second before that moment they've been over the bar and then bang? What do you want in their mind?
Not much, to be honest. Sometimes the mind can get in the way. Just clear the mind and snatch it. Sometimes you can overthink the lift. If you're going to think anything, 1, maximum 2 coaching points.
Chidawat of Thailand. Big lift for him. His personal best is 163.
Well, lovely movement, really nice timing. Generates an awful lot of power through the second phase of a lift. Gives the bar nice upward momentum. Gives himself plenty of time to drop underneath. Bar floating up as he drops. Only when the bar changes direction is he at the bottom. If you hang on to it and try and pull it higher, you'll be nowhere near that kind of weight. He's using that upward momentum to give himself plenty of time.
And Mohammed's back out with 165 on the bar. Come on now. Yeah, good lift.
Yeah, good lifting. 2 out of 2. 160, 165. What's he got next? 2 kilos. The coach is signalling to the other coach. They go straight to the cards. That's what the coach should do. Keep an eye on the score sheet to make sure they change the weight in time before the clock runs 30 seconds.
Ramov of Kazakhstan. Gee, we're seeing some good lifting tonight, aren't we?
We are very, very quick, absolute precision underneath the bar. You've got to have the confidence to know where it's going. You can't place these kind of weights.
World champion still sitting back watching all this take place. The world record holder.
Liu Xiaojun, I wonder how far through his warm-up he is.
Chinawan of Thailand, again at 165. Nope.
Oh, soft.
The relationship between coach and lifter, how much say did you have in what your next weight would be?
100%. The coaches would, it depends, I think, on the athlete and how experienced they are. So you've got younger athletes who maybe don't know that keep an eye on the scoreboard, then maybe they'll probably rely on the coach to call the weights.
But if a coach was to say to you, look, 102, and you think to yourself, no, I've got more in me,
I'll tell him.
I want 105.
Tell him. Yeah, I'd have in my mind, I would know what I'm capable of, but very rarely did my coach come with me to competitions. The majority of my training back home, probably 90%, 95% of my training was on my own. I didn't have a coach. So I would know myself better than anyone. And quite often when you get thrown at an Olympic Games or Europeans or World Championships, the coach is the national coach and they don't necessarily know you as an athlete. So in that respect, they have to, I guess, trust you as the athlete to make the right call. But then if the coach said, oh, actually, if you take this weight, it's for a medal, then obviously you would listen to that and you would then make an educated decision.
Third and final attempt. Well done.
Well, looks happy with that lift. 2 out of 3, rectified the problem from the previous attempt.
And so 4 of our lifters have now completed the snatch and 4 to come. So the bar is being set at 168 kilos by the loaders. Oliver, third attempt, the bar is at 168 kilos for the moment. We'll put him first position.
Oh, it's gone. Tried to hold on to it.
He thought he had it too, didn't he?
Well, I think that was a cry of desperation. The shoulders are not designed to hang on to a weight when it's going behind. There's only so much you can do before it goes. And there we are, he's shaking his arms out now. He would have felt that on his elbows.
And if you're wondering why he's third with the same weight, it's because body weight is a little heavier.
Fighting it there, too late, gone.
Ramov of Kazakhstan, 22-year-old.
Oh, it was short. Just hangs on to it, saves the loaders running after the bar.
So he'll take 165 through.
Well, when I say it was short, he just didn't quite get the extension of the knees. The hips were not too bad. Didn't quite get a full leg drive, therefore cutting it short. Doesn't give him sufficient room to get underneath.
Karapetian, Andrew Karapetian of Armenia, has already had the 1 attempt.
Put him into the lead by 5 kilos as well. Easy lifting.
Wow.
Well, very businesslike. Comes on, gets the job done, and off he strolls. He won't go far now. I'd have thought he'd go and sit on the armchairs just around the corner and wait for his turn. This is going to be 1 on, 1 off. Liu Xiaojun next up.
Liu Xiaojun, the defending champ, 3-time world champion, world record holder.
Defending Olympic champion. Oh, fighting it.
Yes, he was. And right now that'll put him in second spot because he's slightly heavier than Karapetian.
I'm not sure that looked as convincing as Karapetian.
No.
But hey, he's in the competition. Maybe now we'll see him relax.
Well, I tell you what, though, I saw him with his shirt off all when he was warming up, and if he ever gives this away, he could be a swimsuit model. Fantastic physique. And he's moved the bar to 174. To give you some perspective, the world record for the snatch is 176.
Oh, comfortable lifting. Look at this. Competition on. Li Xiaojun, your turn to respond.
Yeah, this really is game on. And he's still got to lift up his sleeve.
He looks calm and focused. Don't think he's not aggressive. Well, he's not having this all his own way, is he?
No, he's not. I'm just looking at what he's doing with the weights as well. He's just going up by 1 kilo.
Well, this will put him into the lead because he's the heavier out of the 2 lifters.
It'll match his snatch, which was the Olympic record in his London 4 years ago, and just 1 kilo off his world record.
Well, he needs this.
It's just his second lift. Another to come.
That's better. That was better than his first. There he is, woken up now. First attempt was just getting rid of the cobwebs. Now he means business. Well, one lift left.
Well.
I'm still not making a call.
Yeah.
Really good off the floor, absolute precision. Maintains a nice strong back off the floor, doesn't let his backside drift up. Finishes in a nice fully extended position too.
This is a world record total on the bar. It will set an Olympic record. I'm trying to match the world record. 176. Olympic record total on the bar. Matching the world record. Can't get it.
Well, in comparison, that one was nowhere near. You've got to question whether that was ever in his head. So much of this is a mental game and self-belief. You can't just throw yourself under these weights without believing you can do it.
But he's got a marvellous total nonetheless of 174 kilos. About to attempt a world record of 177 kilos. The defending Olympic champion, can he break the world record? Yes, he can!
What a lift! Incredible lifting.
So an Olympic record, a world record to the defending champion, who again has faced a challenge, but he's answered it in the most emphatic fashion.
Brilliant extension, so fast. Look how close he is to the platform. Just about can stand. Pressure on the joints there. World record, 177.
That's just remarkable. Along with the world record and Olympic record, he takes a 3-kilo lead into this competition. Of course, it's all about the total here to try and get Olympic gold, to try and defend the Olympic gold that he won in London. 3-kilo lead over Karapetian. And then we have 3 lifters back on 165 kilos, who will all be separated on the basis of their body weights and the weigh-in, which occurred 2 hours before the competition began. But he is looking mighty hard to beat. We should also point out that he holds the Olympic record in the total as well.